Hello, welcome. My name is Lucas de Man. I am part of the Biobased Creation team and we are the proud curator of the Embassy of Biobased and Circular Building here at the Dutch Design Week in Eindhoven. Normally I would welcome you then to the main entrance and say welcome to our embassy, but because of Corona we are not allowed, so we thought, you know what, let's do it virtually so you won't miss a thing. But through the back door then. Come. Welcome. Don't mind all the rubbish. They are renovating the place. Actually, this was the place of Philips, you know, the big company, where they had their central heating. But now they're going to make it into this beautiful bio-based hub. And in between, we are here with our exploded view. Right? The main centerpiece of our embassy. Our embassy is all about bio-based and circular building. That means that we're trying to help Holland with two big challenges they have. First of all, they have to build 1 million houses in the next 10 years. And second of all, they have to reduce carbon dioxide emissions by 50%. So 50% less CO2, 1 million houses. How does it fit? So we have to build sustainable, maybe even modular houses the next few years. That's why we have the embassy with a lot of partners to, let's say, inspire you, viewer, to rethink the way we're going to live and build. Okay? I think that's clear. Come. I'll show you. While the men are working outside, we're going to work inside. So, we have some themes. I'll just take you through the house. If you have any questions, email me. Okay, so first, earth. The theme earth. This is a loam stone wall. Of course, you could say, loam stone, Lucas, we know this already for years. Yeah, it's true. But it was, let's say, forgotten in Holland how to make loam stone walls. And this is great because the loam comes from Dutch rivers, right? Dutch ground. Things we found in the ground in Holland, we reuse it, make loam stone walls. So this is found where there's a lot of red, but look, we made two walls. The inside walls also from loam, and apparently this is way more white or yellow. So the minerals color the loam, so you have always different styles. And then while we are here, these beautiful bricks are called bio bricks. And they come from the swamps in Overijssel. And Overijssel is a province in Holland, Overijssel. And there you have a swamp that's already there for centuries. But the problem with swamps is they tend to close themselves, you know, because there's too much mud. So they close themselves again. But it's bad because a swamp is good for the biodiversity. And otherwise everything in Holland looks the same, which it already does a little bit, you know. So they take off, every few years, they take off the top layer of the swamp to open the swamp again. And that top layer are these bricks, bio bricks. And then this brick that you see here is made out of mud. Actually, the dredge that they take out of rivers. You know, when the river has too much mud in it, they take it out, bagger, it's called in Holland, in Dutch. They take out that dredge and they make these beautiful bricks. And if you know that every 7 years, all rivers in Holland, the big ones, are being dredged out, then you know there's a lot of mud in Holland and we can build the houses with it. So, that's the earth. Let's go to plants. I see you thinking, let's go. I'll take you to the bedroom. You can go with me to the bedroom. Yes, our master bedroom. First of all, how beautiful. Second of all, it's made out of burlap, jute, with bioplastic. So this whole bedroom is completely natural, completely bio-based. And what I really like is the structure is foldable mosaic. So the idea is that you can take it away again. It's very good for the acoustic. Look, you can do in your bedroom here what you want. Nobody will hear you, right? But you can also take it away again and reshape your space. So the idea of the designers, she said, we have to constantly be able to reshape our spaces. Not just keep it fixed and that is it. So you can reshape your space here, completely natural. Okay, marijuana. Well, not marijuana, but let's say hemp. Hemp is the marijuana plant, and we have a lot of that in Holland in a bad way, but also in a good way, because hemp is an amazing plant. Actually, it's a little bit disregarded, a little bit now, well, hemp is inferior to other plants, but it's not true. Hemp is amazing because of two reasons. First of all, it actually helps raise the earth, because in Holland we have a big problem. The sea level is rising, but the earth is lowering. We have a declination of the earth. It's going down, down, down because of too much dry land, too much corn, too much cattle, and so on. So what we have to do is have plants like hemp, who are good with not too much water. They can grow everywhere, also on dry land, and they actually help rise the earth again. Second reason why hemp is amazing is because you can make beautiful, very good insulating products from it. For example, here this inner wall is completely made out of hemp residue. Look, you can still feel the hemp. This is insulating wise amazing. But you can go one step further, and here you see pressed hemp. And this is almost like cardboard material. Now you can also, for example, in cars, now it's all plastic and bad materials, rubber, you can use actually hemp plates. And if you want to use actually the insulation part, here you see this floor is made of hemp insulation. It's acoustically amazing, it's very good because it's water retarding, and it's sound and insulation wise highest level you can have, especially if you combine it with chalk. This is hemp blocks combined with chalk, so it's even more water resistant. This is used in as insulation for sound, as insulation for heat, as insulation against water. Already in France a lot, but too bad not too much in Holland, so we're hoping it goes to the next level, right? And then here I'm almost pressed with my face against it. This is Scurlock Tiles, so this is ceramics plus plants, all kinds of plants. You see different kinds of plants used, and it's ceramics. So that means that it's called ceramics, so it means it's the old ancient idea of plants that are becoming fossils, right? We find so many fossils of plants that are become a fossil being stoned, and this company said, what if we can speed up that process 1,000,000 times? So not wait 1,000,000 years, but actually create our own fossil, so mosaic, right? So the idea is they speeded up the process, and now it's ceramics meets plants, and you can use it as tiles outside of your building everywhere. It's the same quality as any other ceramic tile, but it's 100,000% bio-based. The last plant option we have is cork, and we have to go through the roof for that. Here, the roof is made out of cork. This is the oak cork, a tree, so an oak tree, the oak cork tree. Every 10 years, you can naturally harvest the base of that tree, so the whole bust, and you can take off the cork. This is beautiful, beautiful, real cork from the oak tree, but this is also this cork, but then naturally processed to become acoustic insulation. This is an acoustic insulation panel, also cork, the same as there, but then of course processed on a natural way. And what we want to, the designer, Pascal Boek, wanted to show it as roof options, because cork is always used inside. But you can also use it outside, especially with natural coatings that we have today. And it's so beautiful, and it's so well for the quality of your home. So we want to say, let's say, show it as a possibility for outside, especially aesthetic-wise. Beautiful. Okay, plants. Let's talk about fungi, right? I see you thinking, Lucas, when are the fungi coming? Now, really, relax. This is Mycelium. For those who don't know what it is, Mycelium are the roots of the fungi. Right? So you have mushroom growing, and under the mushrooms like this big, but under the mushrooms are these roots that form these beautiful networks, and they are so strong when they are together, not when they are apart, but together super strong. So this is mycelium combined with, for example, hemp. This grows in 1 week, and then you dry it in another week on low temperature, and you have this beautiful, very soft, you have to believe me, very soft, acoustic, amazing panels. And then you say, okay, this looks like mycelium, like mushrooms, but this is also mycelium. This is a lot of mycelium with a little bit of wood snappers and then highly pressed together, so it becomes the same strength as wood has. Also the floor, you know, it has this mycelium quality, which means acoustically even better than wood, which means that it binds even stronger than wood. And you can use all the residue from wood. So you have to not use these big trees, you can use all the residue you have with some mycelium. And then we go to our last option in the fungi world. You have to come to this side, because here we have it. This is a wooden wall, and that's not too new, but the thing is that we have a coating on there made out of fungi. So what we do is, when we scratch this coating, it heals itself. Yeah. It heals itself. And the second thing that is amazing about this fungi coating is every year it becomes stronger. While normal coatings every year become weaker, this becomes stronger. because it has a healing and self-growing capacity. So it constantly becomes stronger because it puts itself on the wood. Amazing. I know. Okay, so we had earth, we had fungi, we had plants. It's time for water, indeed. Look, this beautiful wall is made out of seaweed panels. So you see different colors because they have different constellations of seaweed and other plants, other bio-based materials. Beautiful and strong, amazing for indoor and outdoor. And then behind that beautiful seaweed wall, you see actual seaweed. Wait, come, come. I'll show you. Here, this seaweed roof is beautiful and ancient. In ancient times, especially for example in Denmark, you see still on some of the islands, you still see seaweed roofs. It's been a tradition to build roofs with seaweed. It has the same qualities as, for example, a roof that's made out of straw or other bio-based materials. You know, the heat and the heat qualities, acoustic qualities, and so on. But it's been forgotten as a tradition because we forgot that seaweed was a possible, interesting plant to use. The great thing with seaweed is you can grow it in seaweed banks everywhere in the ocean. And the ocean is way more present than the earth, so we have a lot of place to grow seaweed. You can make roofs, you can make these tiles, but can also make these beautiful tiles. This is 100% seaweed tiles, and then this is seaweed plastic. It has the same quality as plastic, wrapping and so on, but then from seaweed. So imagine you have a candy, right? And you take out the wrapper, you have the candy, you eat the candy, you can also eat the wrapper. Or even better, throw away the candy because it's sugar, it's not good for your health, and just eat the wrapper. Possibilities. We're talking about water, so we're also talking about algae, right? These tiles are made out of blue algae together with chalk. And this is blue algae, chalk, and reed. So that's why the color is different. This is chalk plus the blue algae, and this has a little bit of the blue, but also the power of the reed, right? The grass reed. So together. Beautiful tiles you have. Algae are amazing. You can find them everywhere. Algae, for people who don't know what algae are microorganisms. So they are not plants. They are not big animals. They are microorganisms like bacteria, virus, algae. 3 possibilities. I'll show you another thing with algae. I love algae. You know, they are the future. This is a textile wall of algae, completely 100% made out of algae and then dyed with natural dyes. So the paint you see, the colors, is natural dye, and it's a revolution in the fashion world. This designer is famous in the fashion world for her algae, and now we can use this innovation in the fashion world in the interior design world. So what I like is that a lot of innovations come from different worlds, and we use it in the construction world. An algae textile wall. And the last thing I want to show you in the thematics of water is, of course, our mussel floor. The mussels from Holland. So this floor and this wall is completely made out of the shells of mussels, and we have so many mussels in Holland, of course, because we love to eat them. And it's made so strong because it's mussels and then together with potato and with burlap, jute. So the burlap and the potato make it strong, and the mussels make it very beautiful. You can use this outside, inside. It's strong, and it's maybe if you really smell, you feel the sea. But it's, you know, this is an amazing product. So when I smell mussels, I'm hungry. So let's go to the kitchen. What a transition! I love it. So this is our kitchen. The first thing you notice here on the side is a popcorn wall, right? This is popcorn. And I see you thinking, is this like really literally popcorn? Yes, it is. So they use the popcorn to make a wall. They bind it with natural binding elements. And it's, look, if I come here, hello, hello. It's insulation acoustically amazing. It's insulation heat-wise very good. And it's so cheap to make because we have way too much corn left. So imagine a movie theater where the walls are made out of popcorn. It's better for the acoustics, and you feel, I mean, you're hungry when the moment you look at it, right? So how cool is this? Popcorn wall. When we're talking about food, this beautiful ladder that is here on the rooftop is made out of mango. The residue of mango. So it smells amazing. You can make it also out of oranges or pineapple and so on, but this one is made out of mango. And then when you come here, This is for me the one that was like, no way, how they do that. So we have a lot of milk in Holland, way too much milk. We just throw it away. The kid comes from the cow and goes immediately away. We have too much milk. But if you take that milk and you take the milk protein out of that milk, you can make this. Tiles and walls out of milk protein. And this one is so beautiful red because it's mixed with cedar wood, right? Red cedar wood. But for example, if you go this way, you can see the milk protein, like the wall of the milk protein without the cedar wood. So you can have many different colors, but it has the same qualities as loam. But then you actually are taking waste and reusing it. Because this is very important for us in the embassy, is that actually all the wastes are being reused in new products. And then let's go inside. Talking about waste, every year, every day actually, 1 billion eggs are being thrown away, which is without being used. This wall, this floor, are eggshell tiles. So all these tiles are made out of eggshell and the binding is with the eggs. So 1 billion eggs thrown away without being used every day. You can have palaces made out of eggshells. And then if you look up, you see this beautiful, beautiful wall made out of kombucha, which is fermented tea. And all the hipsters that are watching now know what I mean, because it's so hip now. Kombucha is fermented tea. So I'll show the other side. Because now you saw with the light how beautiful it is, and here you can see the structure. It's all little elements of kombucha tea, dried, all little elements, and then glued with the kombucha, glued together into this beautiful leather-like structure. See, it's like leather, but it's all little pieces of kombucha. And the frame in which the kombucha is put, you think wood, but it's rice husks. So the peel of the rice that normally people throw away, you can make this beautiful material, and it feels and has the same qualities as wood, but it's completely made out of rice husks, the peel of rice. So you don't have to throw away, we can always reuse. Yeah? So, how cool is that? This is our main building. You had food, earth, water, plants. Let's go to textile. In our little bedroom, we have an extra bedroom, spare bedroom, you know, and this one is completely, let's say, an ode to textile waste, because the textile industry is the second most wasteful industry we have. 70% of all textile clothes and linen are being burned. 30% of all clothes never worn. Never. Just made, thrown away, which is a shame. You can make insulation material out of textile. This is a beautiful, softest ever insulation wall out of thrown away textile. But what I didn't know, you can also make hardboard plate material out of textile. This is made, the outside made out of blue cotton, the inside out of bedsheet linen and other kind of linen. So for example, this closet that we made is out of bedsheet linen. So you can say, the moment you don't have a closet, let's take some linen, or the moment you throw away some linen, let's make a closet. This is a closet completely made out of textile. And then on the right, where you see the window, this wall is also made out of blue denim. So all kinds of denim that we have put together, pressed together into this hard/soft wall. Now that we're talking about denim, by the way, jeans, you know, your jeans. This plate is completely made from jeans. Throw away jeans and they make plate material. This is a soft one, they can make a hard one. They can go very soft. This, for example, is like tent material. It's 25% jeans, 75% cotton. You can make tents out of this. So when you go to a festival, you can sleep in your own jeans. As to say, right? I mean, okay. When we talk about residue, another big waste stream, of course, is books and paper, all paper. So what they do, instead of throwing it away or burning it, they press it together. Again, perfect insulation material, but our designer, Pascal Boek, decided not only to show it as insulation, but also as a material on its own. This could be a perfect inner wall, for example. You can use this as with the aesthetic it has, just for any kind of purpose you want. It's pressed together, and it comes in these beautiful, thick layers of paper. Acoustic-wise, again, amazing, of course, but don't put it behind walls, also use it. Now, and finally, in this beautiful bedroom, this is also cardboard and here also out of old paper. So this is beautiful as walls, just walls out of old paper, which is also acoustically amazing. So you can do, with all these residues, you can do so many things, whether it's textile or books or paper, you can build actually walls and cupboards and all that, you know, with what we throw away. Come. Now, I showed you how we can reuse materials, how we have new kinds of materials. There's one more thing, is methods, circular methods to really reuse the way we build and rethink the way we build, right? We begin with method number 1, urban mining. That means that you take material from the building that you want to demolish or renovate. For example, this building, they are renovating the building. We took materials that we found here. You see, everywhere you have a lot of materials hanging loose and they want to throw it away. So we made this shower shed, a shower shed, from found materials. So for example, this air vent here, there's an air vent here, there's a heating element, all these things we found, we made a new element of it, a shower shed. And this is just an exemplary, this is just an example to show how urban mining works, because they do it, of course, in big volumes. They take a whole building down, they reuse all the elements. But here comes the problem, the catch. The way we construct our buildings at this moment, it doesn't, I mean, we can't reuse a lot, because we glue everything together with bad glue, or we bolt and screw and fix everything together, so we can't reuse it. You can't take the metal apart and this apart, because it's all fixed together. So we have to rethink from the moment we build up that we can detach everything, right? So the detachability. I'm going to show you a few examples. Here, for example, this is a 3D printed attaching piece. So after we don't want our this wood anymore, we can take it apart and we can reuse every piece of wood, and we can only have to reuse these screws as well. So it's not fixed together with glue, it's put together. This is even a better example. Look, here. This is a 3D printed device, a 3D printing, very simple piece that puts everything together, holds it together. The moment you don't want it anymore, you take it out, we can reuse the piece, reuse the wood. So you can reuse everything. This is also beautiful way. You don't need bolts, you don't need glue. It just attaches onto each other. And of course, these are old ideas. The Egyptians did it, the Greek did it, the Roman did it, but we sometimes forget how to do it ourselves as well. So have to rethink it. When you take this to the next level, come to our living room. This is on different levels an example of detachability. First of all, steel, right? Steel takes a lot of pollution to make, is not cheap, and so we have to reuse our steel. Now the big problem is that we attach everything, so the steel, half of the steel we can't use. Here, the idea is you make a steel construction, and you can slide in the walls, you can slide in windows, you can slide in different other pieces, so the steel is made as a construction to connect everything. Also this bookshelf, for example, which is an indoor facility, is already hooked onto the outdoor frame. So the frame is made so that we can slide indoor every other thing that you want as well. So when you want to detach the house afterwards, it's easy to take everything apart. Second thing I want to show you, so this is the construction, is the next level of detachability. Here you see this beautiful chair, right? You can take it apart, you can put it inside, you say, oh nice, it's just a furniture, right? The same with this table, right? But we go an extra level, the same with the walls. For example, this kitchen is just attached, it hangs into the wall because the wall is made to attach things to. And also the walls can be attached to other walls, so you can build a whole apartment block, if you will, you know, in a modular way. So you can take it out, put it on, take it out, put it on different possibilities, so that when you don't need it anymore, you can take all the pieces apart, put them back into the circles and put them back into a useful purpose. Instead of gluing everything together, we have to throw it away. So it's the moment you already think of building, think of deconstructing the building. That's the idea. Okay, last but not least, first of all, if you think like, Lucas, I love it, but so much information, I want to check things. Is that possible? Of course. theexplodedview.com. You can check everything there at ease, English or Dutch, you can choose. But now, before I say goodbye, I want to show you the toilet. Okay, come. Our toilet is here. This is a beautiful example of on the spot 3D printing. This whole toilet is 3D printed with sewer water. So the water in the sewer. So you go to the toilet, you flush, and the water is, we take the water and we deconstruct it. So that means the chalk and the paper, there's a lot of paper in water because of the toilet paper, and some of the nitrates are put together. Then we use a little bit of algae paste, and then we can 3D print this beautiful building. And you can choose however you 3D print, because that's the great thing about 3D printing. You can choose any form you want. So what I like is somebody was sitting here doing their thing, flushing, and whoops, they 3D printed the whole toilet around him or her. So on the spot 3D printing. These are some circular methods, some bio-based materials, some reusabilities, all to make sure that we get to these goals that we have. Sustainable building in the future. I hope you liked it as much as I did, and still do. I hope to see you again. Please check our website and be safe.